the organizer for MPP Canada. MPP Canada. Mo.
Number one.
Mo. Yakubu Al-Hassan.
The new party, we are the new patriotic party, the elephant. I will say, we shall win to say Ghana. The elephant, I will say, we are born to say Ghana. We are born to say Ghana. We are born to say Ghana. The elephant, I will say.
Ladies and gentlemen, we started this year with a number of programs. We started in South Africa with International Conference, and then we came to Germany with NASA Conference. Yesterday, we were in USA with MPP USA at 30. Today, we are here with MPP Canada at 32. Next month, we are going to UK, and then it follows. In all our programs, the leader of our party, the vice president, amid his tight schedule, has availed himself to all our programs. Not only that, when the vice president announced his campaign team, he did not leave the external branches and persons in the diaspora out. Currently, we have a committee, the diaspora committee of the national campaign team, as part of the national campaign team. And I think we should give a round of applause for His Excellency for doing that honor. The point I'm trying to make is that when you look at His Excellency the Vice President and our flag bearer, he is committed to the cause of persons in the diaspora. And that is the reason why he continues to avail himself to all our programs and also push our branch forward. So I am calling on all of us to also show and reciprocate this lovely gesture by supporting his candidature for us to make history in December 2024. By this, I know that many of you will be coming down to Ghana to campaign. But before that, let us utilize the social media network, the WhatsApp calls, and call our friends and families back home, especially the youth. I do always say that those who will be first-time voters, turning 18 to vote, 7-8 years ago, they were around 11 years. They did not have a good appreciation of the then Mahama government. They had no clue about the Demko 4 government, how it was, how the NDC took us back, and now the advances that we have made. We need to give them that political direction. And it is bestowed on us, it's a duty on us, it's a call of necessity on us to advance that advocacy so that we can make impact and make history together. I have with me the chairman of our Diaspora Campaign Committee, Dr. Kwesi Champong. Doctor, if you can give us a rise, let us see you. It's important. Yes. And so in the coming days, we'll be coming to you with a number of programs, a series of initiatives that would all come together to rally behind our flag bearer towards the election. And the branch executives will be the campaign managers in various external branches to help us push our campaign forward. My position as the Director of External Affairs is just a chip of the authority given to the General Secretary by the party's constitution. So I wouldn't like to talk more. So please, ladies and gentlemen, persons in the diaspora, members of our branches, let us all rally behind our candidate, do the needful, get involved, and let us make history in December 2024. Assalamu alaikum. Thank
Hey! Someone the air, Boba. Hey! If you don't understand, you don't understand. But if you understand, you understand. It is a movement. Hey! He is my home constituency chairman, regional chairman. See, He went to Prempeh College. Hey! Morade! Shall we put our hands together for the one and only, Chairman Wontumi? You see, when some of the people will be able to work with me, MPP will say, yeah. MPP Canada will say, yeah. MPP, oh, yeah. Thank you. And I'm supposed to speak English, but the way you are chairperson has spoke, I want to withdraw my English. I have been advised by General Secretary and Kampoli. Somebody behind you, tell him we are winning 2024 elections. Tell him we are winning the 2024 elections. It's not negotiable. We are winning. We are winning the elections. We are winning. We are winning the elections. Let me tell you, Canada, our leader, Dr. Bawumia, and the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, and our flag bearer, he has a vision and he has a plan for Ghana. He has a vision for us to win the election 2024. At the moment, yesterday and today, I had the opportunity to drive all or some of the major roads of Canada. And I have seen a lot of development in Canada. And I can say that when His Excellency, the Vice President, became the President of the Republic of Ghana, all our roads, we are going to challenge the Canada. We are going to challenge that. All our roads is going to be tied. You see, our leader, 4 days ago, I was with the president, Nana Akufo-Addo. This is what he told me. He said, in MPP now, nobody is powerful than our vice president, the leader of MPP, and our flag bearer. He said since from 1992, nobody has had 3 important positions like this. So, he is going to use it for us to break the 8. All this power he has consolidated. He is going to use this power for us to win the 2024 election. If all this will be possible, we will need your help. You have to call somebody for somebody to call somebody at home. You see, since from the COVID time, 2020, Ukraine and the Russia war, we all are aware that the whole world has changed. But sometimes, the way our opponents are propagating, telling people that it's only Ghana that has caused the problem is not true. Ghana is better. Ghana will have peace. Ghana 2025 so that all our youth can get jobs from 2025 upwards. May God bless Canada. May God bless Canada. You are 32 years you are celebrating. May God use it to bring power to MPP. And we are going to work hard in Ghana. We are going to work hard. But remember, you are called to Ghana also is very important. Because a lot of people are depending on you, the money you send at home. All of you have houses in a home. So call them. That is only one political party. It's the only MPP who can bring good policies and good programs. You remember National Health Insurance? Do you remember? Do you remember one district, one factory? Do you remember? Are you aware of Agenda 111? You know? And I'm telling you, do you know almighty free education? Do you know that now in Ghana, your country, my country, our country, now all the students are benefiting from free laptops? Are you aware? No country can develop without one political party will stay in power for long. So the MPP, we should work hard to break the 8 so that our country can compete Canada. May God bless you all. I love you. I love you. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yay! Yay! Morano was down. Yay! Sir, we can't just say maybe chairman. Your Excellency, the atmosphere is charged, and so I want everybody to calm down small. Canada, we have some little children who are culturally inclined. So we'll give about 3 minutes, and Canadian little children will come and do small cultural display for Your Excellency to know that we have not forgotten Ghana. Yes, your Hokakra. Can we have Andrew? Yeah, you ready? Okay, over. Thank you for, I don't know whether you relaxed with it or not, but thank you for being entertained. Thank you for, but baby, I want everybody to calm down. I want to especially invite, and it's an honor for me, to invite the General Secretary of NPP. The JFK of Ghana politics.
Thank you, MC. In fact, we needed the Adwagas because after Chairman Wontumi has charged the room, we needed some people to come and calm the tempo for us. And Chairman Wontumi has been very consistent. Anytime that he says he will speak to you, he speaks English. The chairman, next time, no, even more English, so no, Your Excellency, our Vice President, the second gentleman of Ghana, the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, the leader of the New Patriotic Party, and inshallah, 13th December, the president-elect of Ghana. And January 7th, President of Ghana 2025. Our High Commissioner, Ministers of State, Regional Chairman Ashanti Region, National Officer here, Director of External Affairs, my senior, the former General Secretary of our party, Mr. Pablo Japan. We need to clap for him. He was one of the astute personalities who contested with our vice president in our party's presidential primaries. And I can say, after the contest, everywhere the vice president has been to, everywhere the vice president has gone to, he has always been true. This evening, my work is very simple. As I indicated, the party went through presidential primaries successfully, and we elected our presidential candidate for the 2024 elections. Again, the party has been able to hold its internal parliamentary primaries in all the 276 constituencies. It was done peacefully. We are going to our elections in 2024. I know this is a town hall engagement. The reason why we are here is to listen to the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, to listen to his vision, to listen to the good message he has for Canada and the good people of Ghana. Yeah, I see more heading on your bushman for Ghana. So many who are and first come Kufia, in your bushman for Mundi. And some Yebeka. And now said, it will be Kufia, a boyfriend, your count on Muti. In 2024 elections, Ghanaians are going to the polls. Now, you're called to Abama. As some I say, a catchy bushman for, and as I see in Atias and said, Nipa Minu in the big town I can see. You are Bawumia and the back will come. Choway, you see, you are Bawumia and the back will come. The clear woman said, there is a saying that in elections, you vote for someone that they can hold accountable. You try Obama will be a say be bit masunumu. See you try Obama, and you do my mind. And how do you make a person accountable? The person can only be accountable to you when he knows that he will come back to you again. Pastor Mebwa. Say, oh, try Obama, now you say you feel nine. Mess up a whole be a man. Sabi. And you may be a million, may don't say me, you know, in a year, the Sabbath when you want to talk about my boy. Now, Sabi, say, Miss Old Twaba Mammy, now means some bow who be a man. Miss some quite listen here, can you hold me accountable? Those are some of the things that should be running through our minds. Said 2024 about one, we have a candidate, if by God's grace and by God's grace when he wins. Obesa Ghana for in 2028. And it's our candidate we are in the likely event to now want some baby. So in 2015, we had a president in Ghana. And in the heat of demonstration and strikes, General Foshian Ebusan said, demonstration strikes on my penny when he said. Also, who demonstration in home, see what I know from Tomoya Crown, some farm. And this was a person who was seeking for re-election. And he made that statement. Imagine that the person becomes a president. I want some for election bill. And no one knows, or baby before. That is why we are pleading with you. We know Ghana, just like any other countries, have gone through tribulations. You have had challenges. Immigrant can say, "By or manna, your heaven, it be a ye." Sebi, amomo, it is our year. There are good times, there are bad times, there are ups and downs. But oh, warrior, very man or that. So when you say, "And then from which number, it's now over baby, and that is the person of Dr. Muhammad Bawumia. And he said, I throw challenge to all of us here, and even to MBC. Say from 1992, you started to say year 12 under the Fourth Republican Constitution. We have never had a vice president. 1 year to man and Sam Betimaka said, really, every year about but I won't go back. I bet Betimaka said vice president to not person. Or my penny year demand, also year demand. Digitization and their question. So imagine, say, even as vice president, I was moving. How much more when he becomes the president? That is when he also be implementing his own vision. And I can assure you that the person I'm coming to introduce to you, the person that I'm marketing to you, said, see, you're doing a Dutch. The person man upon him, no man see ya, or no any senior bush for Casa. Say, Empo, I watch a recent baby in your Canada, been informed in 2017, it was some gas, and for boy in 2017. Now, I said, some now, no difference. Bet 100%, me one. You can't rent now with your 2017. And then, but your difference in them. Eti, sebi, a whole share if you are self and then a course. But put me down what you're so, and find them for so. And go to a bar, a better house. Now, they be when I go on my knees, I thank God that in the midst of all this tribulation, we have MPP as government. Had it not been for MPP and the war, and I can call it a buyer. Yet now, man, for almost 4 to 6 years, do so. Satan not problem anymore. Satan not problem anymore. And then Ghana, under Ira Kufado and Ira Bawumia, for 7 years, Omoma and Kenya continuously. Now we are Kenya starting to on any. And we are looking at them, but not Ghana for us starting complaining. But I can tell you, sir, it's not as a solve Kenya problem in our Ghana. So I can also assure you, sir, no matter the trouble, no matter the challenges, we still have the competent people to turn things around in the country. The challenge is better. We are going, heaven knows where we are going. We know we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will. It's gonna be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know. We will stand ovation. Let's welcome the incoming president of Ghana, Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Bawumia. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Most appreciated. Please Have a seat. Thank you very much. Our Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs and MP for Mampong, Deputy Minister for Transport and MP for Bushegu, the High Commissioner for Ghana to Canada, our General Secretary, our Chairman of MPP in the Ashanti region, the Chairperson of MPP Canada, the President of the GCA, Nanano, our chiefs from the Zongo and our imams, distinguished clergy here present, fellow Ghanaians, as my boss will say, I am so happy to be here in Toronto today and to be amongst you this evening. I arrived this morning and I've been engaged in a series of meetings. And I'm here on the occasion of the 32nd anniversary of MPP Canada. It is an important anniversary and you have done a lot. Please give yourselves a clap of it. I came also at the same time to the United States to commemorate the 30th anniversary of MPP USA. And so when Vicky came to my office in Accra and said to me that you would like for me to be here as you celebrated this particular anniversary, I thought that it was very important that I honor the invitation. And so I have been able, in a way, to kill two birds with one stone. I have been to Washington, D.C. to celebrate with the MPP USA, and today I'm in Toronto, Canada to celebrate with MPP Canada. I felt this was so important for me to be here. As you know, I'm in the middle of a campaign. I'm going around the country. And I have suspended the campaign to come here and be with you. Tomorrow, I'll return to Accra after this particular meeting. So I'm very happy to be here. As you know, I am the candidate, the presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party for the 2024 election. Against all odds and against what most people thought, the MPP elected me to be the flag bearer and the leader of the party. And the role that we have, the task I have and all of us have, is to win the 2024 presidential and parliamentary election. It is something that is, in my view, very, very important for the country. This evening, I want to share with you why you should vote for me to be president and for the MPP to be in the parliamentary majority as well. I want to take you a little back and sort of lay out why I believe that I am the best candidate to be President of the Republic of Ghana. You will all know that when we came into power or came into government in 2017, we had 8 years of the rule of our opponent, the opposing party. 8 years. And sometimes we are said to have short memories. But it is very, very important sometimes for us to remind ourselves what was it like when they were in government? Because a lot of the times we take things for granted. We have very high unemployment. Very high unemployment for good reason. Agricultural productivity had collapsed, basically. Industrial productivity, after 4 years of doom so, had collapsed. You had a cancellation. I mean, you should understand that our opponents never faced COVID. They never faced the Russian-Ukraine war. There was no global economic crisis. But our economy went into crisis. Low agricultural productivity, low industrial productivity. They had to cancel teacher training allowances because the economy couldn't afford. They had to cancel nursing training allowances. We had a 3-month pay policy. Many children were unable to attend senior high school because their parents could not afford for them to do so. Even chalk in school was a problem. This is generally the background against which we came into office in 2017. But what has happened since 2017? A lot has happened. We've had a major global crisis from 2020 with COVID coming on, 2022 with the Russia-Ukraine war, major increase in the cost of living. And we are still seeing the effects globally of what has happened across the world. And Canada is no exception. We are all seeing the higher cost of living across the world. But notwithstanding what we have been through with COVID and the Russia-Ukraine war, on all the major metrics of development, when you tend to compare what we have done versus what we have inherited, you will agree with me that the MPP government has done much, much better than what we inherited in 2016. In the area of agriculture, our agricultural growth is double what we inherited in 2016. It's 6%, double what we inherited. Agricultural production has gone up. Rice imports have come down by 45%. Industrial output has increased. And we have created more jobs than any other government in the Fourth Republic and probably in the history of Ghana. Over the last 7 years, up to 2017 through 2023, we created 2.1 million jobs, the highest of any government. 1.2 million jobs in the public sector and 975,000 jobs in the private sector, all documented. When they were in office, they were creating unemployment. They were not creating jobs. And that is the situation that we have had. Even during COVID, we were not laying off people. We didn't lay off anyone in COVID. We were rather hiring more nurses in the health sector and more people. And so our performance in the area of jobs, we haven't said that we have created all the jobs. There is still more to do. But compared with our opponent, we have done much, much better in the area of jobs. We have constructed more roads than any other government in the Fourth Republic. There is still more roads to be done. But no other government in the Fourth Republic can compare to us. We've constructed more airports than any other government in the Fourth Republic. More railway has been built than any other government in the Fourth Republic. More public libraries have been built than any other government. More courts have been built. More classrooms than any other government. More hospitals. We are implementing at the moment Agenda 111. We are building 111 hospitals to make sure all districts have hospitals. We should finish about 40 to 50 of those hospitals this year and complete the rest next year. More fish landing sites than any other government, more sanitation facilities than any other government in the Fourth Republic. And that is the result, that has resulted in the lowest rate of cholera that we have had so far in the Fourth Republic under our government. We have had more sports facilities constructed in Ghana under our government than any other government in the Fourth Republic. When we came into office, there were only 3 astroturfs in the whole of Ghana. Today you have 150 astroturfs in Ghana. We've constructed 10 multi-purpose sports stadia, built the Boteman Sports Stadium, the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, and that is very, very remarkable. We have, to help our digitalization program, we have pushed through fiber optic cable networks in the country. Across Ghana, since we've been into office, the NCA licensed fiber optic cable since 2017 that we have put in place accounts for 93% of all the NCA licensed fiber optic cable in Ghana. 93%. In terms of rural telephony, we have expanded rural telephony sites from 78 that we inherited to 1,017 that we have done so far. We have implemented the one constituency, one ambulance, and therefore resuscitated the national ambulance scheme, which is working. The Zongo Development Fund is another policy that we brought into place. We have completed over 200 projects in Zongo communities across Ghana. We have really done a lot in the area of primary school education, secondary school education, and tertiary education. In the area of secondary school education, we have implemented the flagship free senior high school education. That is a major policy, and we should not really underestimate its impact. This free senior high school education has resulted in an increase in enrollment for students from 800,000 in 2016 to 1.4 million at the end of 2023. This is a 75% increase in enrollment. Just think about it. Between independence and 2016, almost 60 years, total enrollment was 800,000. And in just 7 years, we've gone from 800,000 to 1.4 million. And, you know, this is, today in Ghana, is what is very, very interesting about the data that we are seeing, is that more girls are going to school than boys. More girls. We've achieved gender parity. In 2016, for every 100 boys in senior high school, there were 68 girls. Today, in 2024, for every 100 boys in senior high school, there are 106 girls in senior high school. So we have achieved gender parity. We have achieved, this is why, for the middle class in Accra today, finding a maid is difficult. Very difficult. Because the parents have taken all of them to school. And that is what we are expecting, and that is what we should see. In addition, the highest enrollment rate into senior high school is coming from the poorest communities. And that is what we want to see. The top 5 regions in terms of enrollment in senior high school are the 5 northern regions. The top 5 regions. These are the poorer parts of the country. And so it tells you that they appreciate the opportunity to go to school. And the financial constraints were a big problem for our people. And this is where we are seeing. But what is even more important, we were worried at the time when we introduced senior high school, was about quality of education. Would the increase result in a lower quality? That was the big question. And so it was an area we were paying a lot of attention. But the data has now come to prove that in fact quality has improved and not reduced as a result. When you look at the senior high school examination at the WACC level, the core 6 subjects, the pass rate in 2016 was 41% in the core 6 subjects. In 2023, the pass rate is now 64%. From 41% to 64%. So clearly, the data is very clear. We have also now started STEM school education. STEM schools. We are building 10 major STEM schools. If you see them, you may mistake them for universities. They are doing robotics and so on. Very recently, and I'm talking of weeks ago, our students are very, very much solid and competent in the STEM area. Prepare College won the World Robotics Competition. The whole world. A few years ago, Mamfi girls, Methodist girls, also won the World Robotics Competition. They beat Germany, the US, Korea, Japan. They beat all of these countries. So our students, we are sort of getting them into STEM. And that is, we've restored the teacher training allowances, we've restored the nursing training allowances, we've invested the most of any government in technical and vocational education, 6 billion Ghana cedis in the last 7 years. TVET education. And in addition to that, we have made TVET education free, along with senior high school education. Free TVET education, and that has increased TVET enrollment from 60,000 to 159,000. And so we are really moving a whole lot in the area of education. And so recently, I launched the 1 student, 1 tablet for all the senior high schools. And this is something that not even in many advanced countries they have done. But we are looking ahead. We are looking at the 4th Industrial Revolution. We want our students to be prepared. So we've put all their textbooks, all their past questions, all the videos that relate to lessons on their tablets. And they can go learn along with their colleagues and their teachers across. So far, this is some of the record. I'm just saying in terms of the regular metrics of development, you say, what have they done? In terms of those regular metrics, schools, roads, classrooms, and all of that, we are way above. But that is not sufficient. When we came into office, we knew we had to do more than just the regular things. We needed an agenda for transformation of the economy. The transformation of the economy was one that we were, as I said, looking to position Ghana in a place that we will be full participants in the 4th Industrial Revolution. Africa and Ghana missed the 1st Industrial Revolution, the 2nd and the 3rd. And so we said we are not going to miss the 4th Industrial Revolution. So the president gave me a special task to focus on bringing Ghana forward into the modern digital age. And so I have been really pushing this, our dear country, in the direction of the digital age and preparing for the 4th Industrial Revolution. I came to the conclusion way before we came into government. I published a book in 2010, and that book was on Africa and our development challenges. The conclusion of that book in 2010, before we came into office, the final conclusion, the final paragraphs in the book was a conclusion that said that Africa, we need to digitalize if we want to be competitive. The economy of the world is going in a digital direction, which means you need data, you need systems. Systems is what will get us forward, not, just manual approaches to things and who you know. So I've been pushing this transformation agenda, and when we came into office, it was an opportunity to put things into practice. So we started off with the Ghana card and the issuance of the Ghana card, which President Kufuor had passed the law in 2008, but not much had been done about it. Since we've been in office, we've issued the Ghana card for 17.6 million adults, almost 90% of our adults Ghanaians. And that is very major because it's providing a unique identity, digital identity. Your fingerprints, your iris is all there. Nobody can change their age. No more football age, or normal age, or pension, SNIT age, or whatever. We now have a single source of truth. And that is very, very important. That with the Ghana card, we are able to use it to check corruption, especially in the area of ghost names. Ghost names has been a challenge for us since independence because people were appearing on payroll and not actually doing the work. So I decided that we have to make sure everyone on public sector payroll has a Ghana card ID. Because the Ghana card ID means you must have fingerprints, but ghosts don't have fingerprints. So immediately we asked for that linkage between the Ghana card and the workers. The ghosts ran away. They ran away. When we looked at National Service Scheme, we had 44,000 ghosts. 44,000. We saved 400 million Ghana cedis a month, a year from just National Service. We looked at SNIT, there were 19,000 ghost pensions. Over 300 million Ghana cedis. Two institutions alone, 700 million. So we have been able to clean the Controller and Accountant General payroll and all other payroll just to make sure you don't have the ghost workers in operation. And we are saving a lot of money as a result. Today, we have now completed the work on making sure babies are issued with the Ghana card ID. Many, as you know, here in Canada, when the baby is born, you get your insurance number and all of that, right? In Ghana, it was a big problem. How do you get a unique ID? There was no unique ID. Even applying for a birth certificate was a problem. And so we have integrated the database of the National Identification Authority, the Ghana Health Service, and the Births and Deaths Registry. So today, if a child is born in Ghana, any hospital, and you take the child for weigh-in, we say you go for weigh-in because by that time they would have done the outdooring for the child. Now you can take the child for weigh-in. At weigh-in, we will give the child a Ghana card number and birth certificate number at the same time. And that is working now. And this year also, we are going into the schools because now we are taking care of the babies. There's a missing middle between the 6 and the 15-year-olds who are in school. So we're going to issue Ghana card IDs to all in school so that we have 100% of the population covered. And that is really going to be very, very interesting. We have also made sure that our Ghana card is ICAO certified. We went through the processes. We came to Montreal. The High Commissioner, our ambassador, led the team that went to the ICAO headquarters in Montreal. And Ghana went through, our Ghana card went through all the tests and is now an ICAO certified travel card. So where we are, if someone from Ghana travels outside and loses their passport, they can take their Ghana card and board a plane and get back to Ghana. It will be accepted by the airports all over the world. It doesn't mean that you can take the Ghana card and travel out of Ghana. We haven't gotten there yet, but you can travel to Ghana from outside. I want to let you know that the National Identification Authority is getting ready to come out and start the issuance of the Ghana cards to the diasporans like you here. So it is going to be something that we are doing. Now, we've also made the Ghana card number your tax identification number. When we came into office, only 4% of the adult population, 4% had tax identification numbers. 4%. So if it means that 96% did not have. So the tax authorities couldn't even chase you. But we made a decision and said that the Ghana card number should be the tax identification number. Immediately we did that, the data, the ratio of people with tax identification numbers went up from 4% to 85%. So now 85% of adults have tax identification numbers. The Ghana card is also your SNIT number, is also your national health insurance number. We have linked it to your SIM card, we have linked it to your bank account, we're linking it to your driver's license. It's going to be linked across all of the databases. So whatever you do, your Ghana card will be needed. And so we can see everybody's profile across the databases, and we are really integrating that. We have implemented a digital address system in Ghana. We are only the second country in the world to have a fully wholesale digital address system, which we are leveraging on GPS to do. We're only the second country in the world to do so. And so today in Ghana, you can find everywhere, whether it's even on water or on land. You can, once you get the digital address, you can go there. And so we no longer have to rely on the white seller or the blue house on the left and so on to get to places. So we are fully got digital addresses, and whether you live in Nima or Agbogloshi or East Legon, you all have a digital address. Everybody is included in the whole thing. We also had a problem where many of our people did not have bank accounts. So I proposed mobile money interoperability. You all knew that if you had MTN, you couldn't send money to Vodafone or Airtel Tigo. You had to go to people of the same network. And if you had a Momo account, you couldn't transfer money to a bank account. So I proposed the mobile money interoperability, which would make sure you could send money within the telcos and between the telcos and the banks as well. And we accomplished mobile money interoperability, and now you can do exactly that. And Ghana is the first country in the whole of Africa to do mobile money interoperability of this nature, the whole of Africa. And that has practically given bank accounts to over 90% of our adults, because your Momo account practically functions like a bank account. You can receive money, even remittances that you send to your relatives in Ghana, it now lands on their mobile phone. And they no longer have to go to Western Union to queue and at any time of day or night they can get their money. And Ghana now is the fastest growing mobile money market in Africa because of what we've done. Fastest growing. When we came into Ghana, into office, mobile money transactions total 78 billion. Today it's now 1.9 trillion. Wow. From 78 billion, 23-fold increase. 1.78 to 1.9 trillion. So you've seen that Ghana has obtained the status as #1 in Africa in the area of financial inclusion. We are now the leading country in the whole of Africa, so that everybody is included because of what we've done with mobile money interoperability. We also introduced drones using artificial intelligence to deliver medicines, to deliver blood, to deliver vaccines to our remote areas. The idea of drones came for me as a result of a personal experience. My father had an operation in Tambale Teaching Hospital, and in the middle of the night he was losing blood, and we were looking for blood. The blood bank was locked. The person who was manning it had gone home. And we were trying to find him, we couldn't find him. We tried all sorts of numbers, we couldn't find him. Unfortunately, by the morning, my father had passed away. And so, when I heard about zipline drone technology, working out of San Francisco, this was new technology that had come, I said, if this technology was there, my father would have been alive. We could have gotten blood delivered at the time. But yes, my father is not alive, but we could save many other lives in Ghana. So I put a team together and we got up and went to San Francisco. And I met Zipline and told them to come to Ghana and gave them the reasons why I thought they needed to be in Ghana. We needed the technology. They've been in Ghana, they've set up 6 drone centers, 6. And each of those drone centers is flying about 100 flights a day to deliver medicines, blood, vaccines. In fact, during COVID, it was a lifesaver. We had not anticipated COVID, but when it came, the vaccines and the distribution. So today, Ghana is the largest medical drone delivery service in the world, the whole world. The whole world. Ghana is the largest medical drone delivery service. And what is even more remarkable is that all the staff of the drone centers, they are 100% manned by Ghanaians. 100%. Young men and women, brilliant, just graduates out of school. And recently, the company in San Francisco came and hired a Ghanaian to go and lead a team in San Francisco on drone flight operations. So we are at the cutting edge of that technology, and we are the largest in the world. Today, our citizens are also able to renew and enroll in national health insurance sitting at home. You don't have to go and queue anymore. You're able to buy electricity sitting at home. Even from Canada, you can buy electricity from your home in Ghana, right sitting here in Toronto. You can top up your electricity in Accra. What other thing we have done, and I think this is very important, is that we are networking all our hospitals. We are networking and digitalizing all the patient records in our hospitals. So today, we have completed for all the teaching hospitals, all the regional hospitals, all the district hospitals. We've networked and digitalized the patient data in all of these. So in these hospitals, you no longer need to go and ask for your folder. Usually they will tell you your folder is missing. But now, if you go to the hospital, you give them your ID number, they will press it in and your medical records would appear. And that is what we are doing. And so if they transfer you from Grand Quanta to Kolebu Hospital, You don't need to take the folder to Kolebu. Just get to Kolebu and say, this is my ID. The doctors will put it in and all your medical records would appear in Kolebu and they will deal with it. So by next year, we would have finished for all clinics, all CHIPS compounds and so on. And we are moving. One other major development that we have done is something which is very important for the economy that did not exist before, and we are going to be launching it very, very soon in the next couple of months. But the work is done, so I want to talk about it. What differentiates the developed countries from our countries like Ghana and many other African countries is that there is a working credit system in the developed countries. So when they pay you $1,000, the credit system allows you to spend up to $10,000, isn't it? Everybody has an individual credit score, isn't it? Everybody has. So if you're a bad borrower, your credit score is poor. If you're a good borrower, it's good. And so the assessment by providers of credit will really go through the credit score and decide whether to give you credit or not. This is what underpins the credit system. But this is what we did not have in Ghana. So nobody was prepared to give you credit except at very high interest rates. It's because everybody was assumed to be a bad borrower. And so we started looking at this whole issue and we started making sure, because we didn't have the database and the systems, but now we have a unique ID. We have that ID linked to your bank account, linked to your SNID, linked to your DVLA, and all of that, your health, all the key records. And so the credit reference agencies, and now also the mobile money, your SIM card is also linked to your Ghana card ID. So now Ghana, our country, our dear mother, Ghana is now ready in a few months' time to begin individual credit scoring and therefore a credit system in Ghana. So we will launch it not long, but that means that anybody pretty much with a Ghana card, you can check your credit score. And the financial institutions and so on will be providing credit score, using that credit score to determine whether they will give you. That's a big game changer for us. It's something that we haven't had. We will be the second country in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa, after South Africa, to have individual credit scoring in Ghana. We'll be the second country. So that is really what I want to touch on in the area of the things that we have done to try to move Ghana into the digital age, into the fourth industrial revolution. There's a lot more that we are going to do, and I may touch on one or two of them because of what we have done. But the point I want to make is that as Vice President, I have been able to champion and initiate over 30 policies that I can list as Vice President. In fact, 33 policies, as I counted. Recently was the Kayaye hostels that we did for the Kayaye. 33 policies. My opponent in this election cannot list one, a single policy that he has been able to bring up as Vice President. One policy. So the score line currently is 33-0. It is 33-0. So we have a long way to go for him. So now the other reason why I want you to support me in my bid for the presidency is the vision that I have for Ghana. What I want Ghana to do. I I'm a believer that with God all things are possible. It is possible. I believe that Ghana can be an advanced country. I have demonstrated that we can do even better than the advanced countries if we put our minds to it and work hard. I'm not intimidated by technology. I use technology to help our people. And so this is the direction I want to move Ghana into, to really believe in ourselves, to take Ghana on the journey of possibilities. A lot of the things that we have done, many people thought we couldn't do it, but we have done it. We've made it possible, but we can do more. I want us to focus on agriculture. Agriculture is a major area that we can do a lot more in if we move into commercial, mechanized, and irrigation-driven agriculture. That is a big, big area where we can, increase output and bring in a lot of technology, satellite technology, sensors, irrigation, all the chemicals, the inputs, and so on. So agriculture is definitely one area I want us to focus on, to increase output and reduce food prices. The second area I want us to focus on is to bring down the cost of electricity by less reliance on fuel-generated power and more reliance on solar power. I want to move Ghana into solar power generation. Solar power generation, I want Ghana in the next 4 years to add 2,000 megawatts of solar power. That is more than half our consumption. And if we do that and we add Akosombo to it, then we will really be relying more on the renewables. And that will really dramatically bring down the cost of power. And this is where we want to do. But I just don't want to say we are going solar and therefore we want to import solar panels. No, I want us to manufacture solar panels in Ghana. We are not going to import them. The technology exists. We'll set up the factory. Because when you are doing 2,000 megawatts, that's a lot of solar panels. It's better for you to manufacture them yourselves, and then you can export to the sub-region and we will become a hub. In terms of public transport, I want Ghana to move away from fuel-driven public transportation to electric vehicles. We are moving into electric vehicles. That will reduce the cost of transport for our people. Today, if something happens in the Middle East, fuel prices go up and our people have to face higher prices of transport. But if we bring in electric vehicles, which we are going to do, the cost of transport will reduce by at least 40%. And that is going to be big. And so we are bringing in, we're trying to bring in 200 buses this year for proof of concept so that the public will see that in fact, if we go electric, the cost of transport will come down. And this is what we are doing in this area. I also want us to reduce government expenditure. I want us to do smart spending. So far, government tries to do everything. But I believe in the private sector. I believe that if government leverages on the private sector, we can do even much more. Why do I say this? I've led the digitalization in Ghana so far. But we've been successful in the digitalization because it's the private sector that has led it. It's not the public sector. They have spent the money. Ghana Card is a private sector that has led it. Digital address, the same thing. E-pharmacy, the same thing. Ghana.gov, the same thing. Private people, if there is an incentive, they will spend the money and you will get the benefit. And so I want us to reduce government expenditure so that if it is about building dormitories or hostels or whatever, tell the private sector, if you build it, we will rent it from you. They will build it and we will rent it from you, and then we will be able to get that. So once we do that, you want to buy buses, why go and pay cash for all the buses? Lease the buses and pay a little over time and get everybody to have the buses. So you don't need to go and pay cash and not be able to buy buses, and you're waiting to accumulate all the cash before you buy. But you don't need to do that. Let's think in the terms of credit and allow the private sector to help us. The next major reform I want to bring into Ghana is our tax system. Our tax system needs reform. What we have had is a system that is burdensome to businesses and burdensome to individuals. It isn't transparent and people don't understand it. So I want to bring in a very transparent tax system and one that makes compliance easy. I studied tax systems across the world, and I realized that the number one tax competitive country in the world is Estonia. Estonia has been number one for the last 10 years in a row. So I wanted to know what they were doing right. So I took a team and we went to Estonia and had meetings with them. They are doing a flat tax system, very simple, easy to collect, for everybody to understand. And that is the system I want to bring into Ghana. A flat tax system for everybody. Very easy for us to do. And because I want us all to start from a clean slate, a fresh slate, a clean page, in 2025, I'm going to introduce a tax amnesty for all businesses and individuals, and we will all start on the same page. When I went to the Vatican to visit the Pope and seek audience with him a few weeks ago, Cardinal Peter Texin was taking me through the Basilica in the Vatican and explaining to me different parts of it. I saw some people working, and I said, Cardinal, what are they doing? He said, oh, we are making preparations for Jubilee year, next year. Say, Jubilee year. I say, yes, it's the year where there is forgiveness for everybody. I said, oh, that is good. Jubilee year is 2025. I'm also going to forgive taxes in Ghana, and we will move forward. The second part of the taxes I want to reform is on import duty. The import duty is a major problem. Our import duty regime sometimes is not explicable or understandable. Sometimes you think you are bringing in something and you are going to pay 1,000 cedis. So the thing arrives and they say it's 1,500 cedis. You are not able to pay, they confiscate it and sell it for 200. Isn't that the case? So I want a much more simple and transparent import duty regime. There are two things that I want to introduce. The first is to move towards flat taxes in cedis on import duties. In cedis. Flat taxes in cedis. So if you are a spare parts dealer and you are bringing in a 40-foot container of spare parts, then you know that this 40-foot container, for example, is 20,000 cedis. That is the price. That is the duty. So when it arrives, it's 20,000 cedis. There's no kululu anymore. It's 20,000 cedis. If it's rice, 40-foot container, you know what it is. Then that makes compliance very easy. And everybody will know there's no difference between when the importer ships the good and when it arrives. There will be no difference. Nobody will tell you the exchange rate has changed, so you have to pay more. We have put it in cedis, so that everybody will also respect our currency. Because the current situation is when I think about it, is very negative for our pricing. Because when people have to pay more duties anytime they bring in goods, it means they will put the prices onto the consumer. Isn't it? The consumer will have to pay more. And even when they are selling the good at those prices, they are thinking of, when I sell and I'm going back, will I be able to afford? Then they will put more price on it. So this import duty regime is negative for us. It's inflationary. It adds more and more to pricing. So I want to change it and move to a flat import duty regime for a business. The second reform I'm bringing, the second reform that I want to bring is that if you look at Lomé Port, Togo, you see that a lot of people are smuggling containers through Lomé because our duties are higher, isn't it? So they will take the good to Lomé, clear it, and then smuggle it into Ghana. So we don't get the duty, isn't it? So I am going to stop that. And what am I going to do? I'm coming up with a new policy, which is saying that Ghana's import duty cannot be higher than that in Lomé.
Yes.
It cannot be higher.
Woo!
Immediately we set the ceiling. It can be lower, but it cannot be higher. Immediately we set that ceiling, like the ghost disappeared, the smugglers will also disappear. Because there will be no incentive to smuggle, because ours will be lower or the same. So then you have incentive to bring it through Tema. The small duty, we will also get some, and then we will get more predictability in our. So we want to realign. Our duties will not be higher than Togo. I also want to make the process of passport application very simple in Ghana. We are not utilizing our digitalization. When we were doing the Ghana card, I asked for the passport form. And when we looked at the passport form, I said, make sure all the questions on the passport form are also on the Ghana card. So basically, the information you are looking for on the passport form is also on the Ghana card. So if that is the case, then why go again to go through a whole long process of passport application if you have the Ghana card? So the new policy is, if you have a Ghana card, all you need to do is to pay the fee for the passport. You don't need to apply anew for a passport anymore. You just pay the fee and then show where the passport needs to be delivered, and it will be delivered, and we will move on. Another area where I want to really push, and we are starting now, but we want to really push, is digitalization of the land records, land titling in Ghana. Land is one major area where all of us suffer. I mean, especially you in the diaspora, you are not on the ground. You try to buy land and you are scammed. You don't know if the person actually owns the land. Most of the time they don't. And many people are scammed. Many people need land guards when they are building because the title is not clear. So we are going to move on and allow complete registration of all the lands. Even the chiefs who have big tracts of land. Registration is a problem because paying the registration fee discourages registration. So we will waive the fee, allow them to register, and anytime they sell, we'll get our money from that. So we want everybody, the registration of all land will be a major piece of infrastructure for Ghana, because if you don't have genuine title, how do you develop a mortgage market? You can't develop a mortgage market in Ghana because the land title is not clear. And so we are going to digitalize the whole land registry, map the whole of the lands in Ghana, so that even if you are sitting in Canada and somebody offers you a land, get the coordinates, put it on your mobile phone, and you'll be able to tell who owns that particular piece of land and whether they are able to sell it to you or not. We are going to really make sure that our natural resources are maximized. You know, we are formalizing the small-scale mining sector, making sure that there is responsible mining, building a lot of community mining schemes, and helping them. I want to set up a minerals development bank that will help the mining sector. I believe that the indigenous mining sector can also grow to be large-scale miners and mine responsibly without having to go into water bodies to destroy our environment. We need to regulate them, and I think that that is the way that we are going to do. One major area that I want to also do, because we are very close, because we've done a lot of digitalization of the government agencies. We have 1,517 MMDAs. So far, we have digitalized and placed on the Ghana.gov platform, one platform, 1,507 of them, out of 1,517. Over 99% of our MMDAs are on the Ghana.gov platform. And now I want to make sure that we bring blockchain technology to help stop corruption in the public sector. Blockchain technology will make it very difficult for anybody to alter any records, and we will have the clear view in terms of the chain of transactions. So you can't go to the land registry and they will tell you your records are missing, or someone will steal the file or change the data. It will not happen. So we want to use blockchain technology. Dubai said that they wanted to be the first blockchain-powered government in the world. I also want Ghana to be the first blockchain-powered government in Africa. And we are going to move to do that and make sure that we do that. Tourism will be a major focus of mine, sports, the creative arts, pharmaceuticals, and of course, digitalization. I want our youth in Ghana to have digital skills. That's the only way we're going to break through. And Ghana is at the forefront. And we want to train 1 million youth in digital skills, in coding, in software development, software engineering. They don't really need to have gone to university or even polytechnics. They just need to be able to read and write. And we can teach them how to code. And they've got an affinity for it, and will do it. I also want to assure you, being a product of the diaspora, that I am going to push for the implementation of ROPA in Ghana when I become president. I'm really going to push it. I believe in that bill, and I want us to utilize the talents of all our citizens abroad, all of them. And they are very talented, and we want to use them. We want them to occupy all the positions that they can occupy. And I'm going to push for ROPA as your president. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the reasons. I'm not saying we have done everything. We are still facing challenges. You see challenges that we are facing recently on the exchange rate, recently on the power outages, but we are going to deal with all of these problems. I don't have any doubt in my mind. We see problems, we solve them. And so we are going to solve the challenges. But we have a vision. I have a vision for Ghana. I believe in possibilities. I want you to give me the chance to change this country, for us to work together. God bless you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks, God. The digital man is appreciated. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Can we have everybody seated? Can we have everybody seated? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can we have everybody seated? Thank you. Thank you very much. Can we have everybody seated, please? Thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. We are not done. We are not done. We still gonna have the Q&As. We are not done. Please have a seat and we continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Looking through the questions that you asked already, most of them have been responded to. Most of them have been responded to. Somebody say, but my question is answered.